Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever poured your heart out, given everything you thought was love, and still watched it slip through your fingers? I know someone who did. A guy named Jay, a true romantic, believed that showering a woman with affection, gifts, and attention was the key to her heart. He was the epitome of the perfect boyfriend. Flowers blooming on her doorstep, sweet good morning texts, late-night phone calls that stretched into the wee hours, and candlelit dinners that painted the perfect picture of romance. Yet, despite his relentless efforts, the woman he adored walked away. Jay was left in a state of bewildered devastation, repeating the same question over and over. I gave her love. I treated her like a queen. What did I miss? This isn't just Jay's story. It's a reflection of a common blind spot in relationships. We often equate love with grand gestures and tangible expressions, forgetting that true connection runs far deeper. What Jay and so many others failed to recognize is that while love is essential, it's not the sole ingredient for a thriving relationship. There's something more profound, more intrinsically human that women crave: a sense of emotional safety. This isn't about grand gestures or fleeting moments. It's about creating a space where vulnerability is not only accepted, but cherished. Today, we're diving deep into what emotional safety truly means and how to cultivate it, transforming your relationships from surface-level affections to deeply rooted connections. So, stick around, and let's unravel this crucial aspect of human connection together. What is emotional safety, anyway? Emotional safety transcends the mere feeling of being physically secure. It's about creating an environment where a woman feels free to be her authentic self, without fear of judgment or rejection. It's the assurance that she can express her deepest vulnerabilities, her fears, and her joys, without needing to put on a facade. It's the freedom to shed the masks we often wear to navigate the world, to stop pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It's knowing that her tears won't be met with dismissal or discomfort, that her messy, unfiltered truth won't be used against her in future arguments. Emotional safety is built on the pillars of being seen, heard, and held, not always physically, but emotionally. It's about creating a space where she feels understood, where her feelings are validated, and where she knows she's not alone. While love says, I'm here for you, emotional safety whispers, you're safe to be all of you here. This subtle distinction is where true intimacy blossoms. It's in these moments of vulnerability, where walls come down and hearts connect, that the real magic of a relationship unfolds. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she can fully invest in the relationship, knowing her true self is valued and protected. This is the foundation upon which deep, lasting connections are built, transforming a relationship from a series of gestures to a sanctuary of shared vulnerability. Why most men miss this, and how it shows up. Society often conditions men to be problem solvers, to fix things rather than feel them. From a young age, boys are taught to suppress emotions, to man up, and to focus on tangible solutions. This conditioning creates a disconnect when it comes to understanding and addressing emotional needs in relationships. When a woman expresses her feelings, a man's instinct is often to jump into action, offering advice or solutions. However, more often than not, what she truly seeks is simply to be heard and understood. She's not necessarily looking for someone to fix her problems. She's looking for someone to share her emotional landscape with. This misinterpretation leads to a breakdown in communication, where her feelings are dismissed or minimized in favor of quick fixes. Men often fail to recognize that vulnerability isn't a problem to be solved. It's a bridge to deeper intimacy. She's essentially asking, can I trust you with the most vulnerable parts of myself? The answer lies not in offering solutions, but in creating a safe space for her to express her emotions without fear of judgment. This requires a shift from fixing to feeling, from solving to supporting. It's about being present, listening actively, and validating her emotions, even if you don't fully understand them. This shift in perspective is crucial for building emotional safety and fostering a connection that goes beyond surface-level interactions. The turning point in Jay's story. Jay's journey took a significant turn when he finally understood that love isn't a one-size-fits-all concept. Months after their breakup, a candid conversation revealed the chasm between his perception of love and her experience of it. He had been expressing love in his own way, through actions and gestures, but she yearned for love through genuine emotional connection. She needed to feel safe enough to unravel to be vulnerable without feeling like a burden. She needed to know that his arms were a safe haven, not just a physical comfort. Jay's realization wasn't about needing more love. It was about needing to understand her specific emotional needs. He had been showering her with affection, but he hadn't created a space where she felt emotionally secure. When he finally grasped that emotional safety was what she had been craving, a profound shift occurred within him. He began to understand that true intimacy wasn't about grand gestures, but about creating a sanctuary of vulnerability. This realization transformed his approach to relationships, teaching him the importance of listening, understanding, and validating emotional needs. It was a painful lesson, but one that ultimately deepened his understanding of love and connection. Jay's story highlights the importance of empathy and communication in relationships, showing that true love is about meeting your partner's emotional needs, not just your own. Here's what you can do if you're ready. Building emotional safety requires conscious effort and a willingness to shift your perspective. First, learn to listen without fixing. When she opens up, resist the urge to jump in with solutions or advice. Instead, focus on being present, nodding, and asking thoughtful questions to show you're genuinely engaged. Let her know that her feelings are valid and important, even if you don't fully understand them. Second, validate her feelings. You don't have to agree with everything she says, but you can acknowledge her emotions by saying, "I hear you, that makes sense." This simple act of validation can create a sense of understanding and connection. Third, never weaponize her vulnerability. If she shares something personal or sensitive, never use it against her in a conflict. This destroys trust and undermines emotional safety. Finally, be consistent. Emotional safety isn't built overnight. It's cultivated through consistent words and actions. It's about being reliable, dependable, and showing up for her, even when it's difficult. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present and committed to creating a safe space for her to be her authentic self. These steps require patience, empathy, and a willingness to learn. But they are essential for building a deep, meaningful connection. In the grand tapestry of human connection, we're all seeking to love and be loved in ways that truly resonate. But real intimacy, the kind that withstands the test of time, goes beyond surface-level affections. It's found in the quiet moments, the vulnerable conversations, and the raw emotional honesty that binds two hearts together. The men who understand this, who prioritize emotional safety over fleeting gestures, are the ones who forge truly unbreakable bonds. So, the next time you find yourself wondering how to deepen your connection, ask yourself, does she feel safe with me? Because when she does, when she knows she can be her authentic self without fear of judgment, everything else falls into place. Remember, creating emotional safety is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It requires patience, empathy, and a willingness to listen and understand. It's about creating a sanctuary where vulnerability is celebrated, not feared. If you found this insightful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content on building meaningful relationships. And as always, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community where we learn and grow together. Thank you for joining me on this journey.